Allez, we begin. Greetings, everyone. It is I, of course, your one and only Multipotentialite, Neurodivergent host, the Kosmic Jedi. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, we got two trailers to react to today. One is a full trailer, and the second one is a teaser trailer for a show I no longer like.
But why?
So look forward to a rant on that one. But the first one might be a little rant.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
So this is the Stranger Things Tales from 85.
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Coat! I need a coat!
anything happens to her, these woods hide a lot of mistakes.
Damn. Why does
The big snowstorm is coming.
oh, I forgot his name. Lucas look
We'll
different.
start the campaign.
Lucas doesn't look like Lucas. Damn, so it's about to be.
Something from the Upside Down must have survived last year.
Looks like it's mutating.
Not bad. Stranger Things Tales from
I've kind of always had a crush
85.
on you, Steve.
I've always had a crush on you too, Nancy. No, I mean Natalie. Natalie.
That's cold. Alright, cool. So I don't know. Do you want to talk about it first, or should we do the second teaser for the show I no longer like?
It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
This is supposed to be a prequel or an Elseworld thing? If this is an Elseworld thing, then I guess cool. I mean, I'm going to watch it and see how good it is. I'm feeling for the voice actors and actresses for the show. I don't know, even for Hopper, it just seems so weird because we already know how they sound. I mean, how they look and sound. But to see that this is supposed to be in between seasons and it's supposed to be the exact same characters, but they sound so different, is doing something to my head. It wouldn't make sense that they would have everyone voice them as they are now. Maybe Hopper could have done his voice, Steve could have done his voice, the actor who plays Steve Harrington. Maybe the older actors could have still lended their voices to their respective characters.
I don't know.
But I can understand having to find other voice actors for the children still in their younger years. Or they could have done some AI thing where they get everyone to voice their character, well, do their voices now and have AI do some time lapse thing or make him sound younger with the original voice. But I don't know, they could have used AI to do it since AI seems to be like a demigod at this point.
Damn.
But I'm going to watch it. Even if the Duffer Brothers came out and said this is an Elseworld thing, I don't care for what they want to fix during interviews anymore, because I already feel personally within myself that from season, I think 2, I want to say 1, but 1, I don't even know if they knew what they were doing, because if we are to agree that they initially, truly, intentionally wanted to do season 1 and that's it and move on to something else or move on to a different project or different ideas or whatever, that for me, for my viewing experience of a show that beautiful the way it started, I wouldn't have appreciated that being the only, like a limited series thing and that's it. They'll never come back to it, they'll never answer questions. You can do a limited series by having multiple episodes, take us on a long, beautiful journey, shock, horror, emotional, we cry, whatever. But whatever mysteries or questions you leave for the audience to ask, you have to pay it off towards the end. So that way you have a smooth, epic ending, satisfactory. Or if you intend to do a cliffhanger thing, for example, like leave it up to the viewers, Inception. Not some bogus nonsense, but you've done it in an intelligent manner. then that's also a win-win for the creators and the audience. But with the way Elle disappeared at the end of season 1, and bearing in mind we're accepting that they originally wanted to do that one season, and this is what they intended for Elle to disappear after disintegrating the Demogorgon, that doesn't make sense. Now, if we're saying maybe Netflix interfered with the end with the intention to continue the whole series with the season 2 and multiple seasons, then maybe. But now we saw the behind the scenes documentary thing. I personally don't trust anything people who work in Hollywood say anymore.
But why?
Because you got their PAs, you got the what's that non-disclosure NDAs they signed. So there's so many things that goes on behind closed doors that I don't feel we will ever get comprehensive, honest, truthful, correct information and answers as to what's going on behind the scenes, or why did this, why did that. I mean, I appreciated what they did with the behind the scenes documentary of how they shot season 5. They were open about certain things, which led the audience to then learn how certain things run in Hollywood. I mean, that's cool, I guess. But just because you're honest about your process, saying, "Oh, we didn't even know what we're going to do for the last episode or for the end of the season on the day of the last shoot," that makes people just think you're, I want to say, incompetent, you're stupid, or it's a mean thing to do to the audience. I want to remind people that our time and attention is very, very valuable to many of us. Some people don't mind. The people that watch and scroll on their phone, this is no shots taken at anyone. To each their own. We're all different and unique in our own ways. But maybe Netflix needs to really figure out who they're going to hire from now on and what's their intention with their stories. Pointless stories, incompetent stories, and then is it for the particular audience who just keep paying the monthly fees for dribble? Then some of us will just, unsubscribe and go onto another platform, and it's a win-win for everyone because at least Netflix has its target audience. But for those of us who have come from the Christopher Nolan era and prior to him, meaning good, solid storytelling, satisfactory stories where you feel happy and don't say happy ending, but satisfactory ending or comprehensive ending, or an ending done well, carried weight. It's like it's a beautiful finish. Would you have done it differently? No. Very acceptable ending across the board. But with that being said, I don't know how you're going to convince the audience that this is supposed to happen between season 1 and 2. I don't know how, because the creatures you're going to feature in this show, you have to find a way to, say they went through another dimension and you kept them there forever. Because the next question I want to ask is, okay, the creatures we're going to see in this show, how come we never saw it in season 2, 3, 4, and 5?
That's a good question.
Unless you're going to say they came from dimension Y and dimension W and dimension O and dimension X and dimension ZB or DBZ. And then L managed to open a tear to that dimension and permanently put all those creatures back in there.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
But anyway, if I go into the next trailer or teaser, let me know in the comments. Are you looking forward to this? Are you going to watch this? Are you done with Stranger Things? Which season or seasons do you prefer out of the 5 seasons of Stranger Things? Mine is still 1 to 3. 4 and 5 are dead to me.
You serious?
Yes. Completely dead to me. So mine is still 1, 2, and 3. So let me know in the comments which season or seasons do you prefer the most out of all the Stranger Things 5 seasons. All right, then let's do the what's it called again? From season 4 teaser.
Nice.
I abhor this show, man. I abhor knowledge. Comes at a price, at a cost.
Mom.
If we push too hard, something will push back. What happens next is my favorite part.